Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about participation. The question is compare a class you took in which you enjoyed participation and one you did not. What made the class enjoyable? So, a class that made me enjoy participating in was when I was in my high school English class. It was 10th and 11th grade. And surprisingly, English wasn't one of my favorite subjects growing up because reading is something that I struggled a lot with in elementary and middle school. But my high school English teacher who I had in 10th and 11th, 12th grade for 10th and 11th grade, helped me feel comfortable when taking English. For example, this teacher, I knew her personally. She would always walk around and ask everyone how they were doing. It was okay to come back to you or pass if you didn't know an answer to a question, or she would even use a wrong answer to promote a conversation in general with students. She's one of those teachers that can always show a movie probably once a month that relate to a text that was being read and still get students to pass the English Regents. She does different activities related to our interests, such as doing a book project based on our choice. We had one fiction and one nonfiction book. Then she had all of us to participate, write down a question. Everyone had to share what they put and what they wanted to ask for the person in a hat, and it was randomly drawn, so they wouldn't know who it was. But she knew everyone participated because she specifically walked around the room, made sure she saw students put their name in the hat. One time she even dropped class when everyone was tired and we talked about random personal things instead of doing work just to get the students going and just talking in general. We did role playing on a book that we read in class. She had fun activities that promote openness to people's thoughts. Overall, she made everyone, including me being shy, feel comfortable to participate and make wrong choices or wrong answers, feel comfortable giving a wrong answer. And then she made connections with our students by getting to know their interests, and by doing that, it made me even feel more comfortable to participate in class discussions. And since I knew her ahead of time, I think I felt more comfortable. I took senior year like a financial math class, and the teacher taught exactly from the book, and I did not feel comfortable participating a lot in her class because she would just have like worksheet after worksheet, maybe a few projects here and there. And if you ask her like, "Oh, I think the answer is this," not this, she would say, "Oh, well, this is what the book says." And sometimes I didn't want to bother asking her to double check her grading, even though I knew I was right. And I would even check with another teacher or even my parents who were no finance stuff, and they would say, "Oh no, Vinny, you're right." But the teacher would say, "Oh no, that's what the book says, so you're wrong." She would have random extra credits, which was nice, but not related to the topic, such as like, what is my favorite singer, which was Elvis, but that had nothing to do with finance. And basically, I still remember something rude when someone asked her a question. She said, "You said this for an answer? Do you need to go back to elementary school since it seems like you don't know much?" Which I thought was very rude to say towards a student because you never really knew what to expect from her. And over time, I realized she would never answer a question or just say, "Well, look at the board. I just provided an example," or "Look at the book to see future examples if you're stuck on something." She would never really explain things. One thing I would do to promote participation is have students' names on popsicle sticks. And I randomly chose the students' names from there to who to call on. And if they pass, I would often go back to them. Another thing I try to get the majority of my class doing when doing whole group instruction is open-ended questions if I ask them something. Or in general, if a student doesn't know, I'll try to come back to them. If they don't know, I'll prompt them for a choice. For example, if I showed them the word shut and they didn't know, I would say, "It's loud, so I'm going to blank the door." And I would use my hand to like show that it's like kind of closing in, so the students would know that the word was shut, and then majority of the time the students would know the answer. And such as having games such as a verb game, adjective games to describe a picture, addition and subtraction bingo. Playing games also promote participation in my class. Whenever a game's involved or something engaging, the students are more likely to participate compared to doing worksheets. Thank you, and have a good day.